So we have discussed business strategy and human resource planning in the previous class. Let us now see the performance measurements linkages. So here let us now briefly look at this evolving strategic role of human resource management. Strategic HRM, which involves development of consistent, aligned collection of practices, programs, and policies to facilitate achievement of strategic objectives. So here there is an integration of all activities of the organization with that of the human resource activities. So SHRM involves development of consistent, aligned collection of practices, programs, and policies to facilitate achievement of strategic objectives. So it requires abandoning mindset and the practices of personal management and focusing on strategic issues rather than solely on operational issues. Integration of all HR programs within larger framework, facilitating mission and objectives. Writing down strategy facilitates involvement and buy-in of senior executives and other employees. This is the backdrop of strategic human resource management. So possible roles assumed by HR function. These are the possible roles assumed by HR function: strategic focus, operational focus, systems focus, and people focus. So if you see that four quarters in a grid: administrative expert, strategic partner, change agent, employee champion. So HR function assume these roles, perform these roles. So they focus on strategic issues. They also focus on people. They also focus on operations and also on the systems. So all these roles of strategic partner, change agent, administrative expert, and employee champion roles are performed by HR function. And HR roles in knowledge-based economy. In the changing business environment, where technology is changing, process is changing, managerial practices are changing, marketing operations are changing. So now the today's economy is based on knowledge. So everything revolves around knowledge today. In such a situation, what is the role of human resources? One is human capital steward. So it creates an environment and culture in which employees voluntarily contribute skills, ideas, and energy. Human capital is not owned by organization. So this we have seen that because while investing in human resources, organizations think that they are not owned no, by the organization, whereas other assets are owned by the organization. So here, human capital steward, this is one role that HR performs. In this, it creates an environment and culture in which employees voluntarily contribute skills, ideas, and energy. Need not every time the organization demand to contribute skills, ideas, and energy all the time. So voluntarily, the manpower employees contribute all this for organization. So here, human capital is not owned by organization. They're the people. They can leave any time, any point of time their job, the organization. So they are not owned by the organization. Still, organization invests in manpower because there is no other way for the organization, and this manpower plays a significant role in the success of any business. And knowledge facilitator, HR also plays this role of knowledge facilitator. HR facilitates knowledge by procuring necessary employee knowledge and skill sets that allow information to be acquired, developed, and disseminated. So this is one of the major function of HR. That's the recruit, procuring manpower, necessary employee knowledge. Necessary employee knowledge through recruitment, selection, it procures this necessary knowledge and skill sets, which are very essential for the organization to achieve its goals. So it procures all these things, allow information to be acquired, and they develop the knowledge and disseminate the knowledge. HR also provides a competitive advantage. So here, organization will have competitive advantage in several ways. Knowledge is one such competitive advantage for any organization. So HR, by performing its role of procuring necessary knowledge and skill sets and develop that, it provides a competitive advantage. And HR also must be part of a strategically designed employee development plan. This is another role. So there must be a manpower design, strategically designed employee development plan. How an employee will grow for a period of time in the organization. So through various programs, training and development programs, an individual employee will can grow to any heights within the organization. Also plays another role, relationship builder. So in the knowledge-based economy, HR also builds a relationship. It develops structure, work practices, and culture that allow individuals to work together. So in an organizational context, you can see many employees at several positions at different levels. All should work together. So it is the responsibility of the human resource department to bring such work practices. It should develop a structure and also the culture which allows individuals to work together. And it develops networks that focus on strategic objectives. So networking in the sense that where all activities of the organizations to be integrated with HR. HR is connected to all activities of the organization relating to strategic objectives. Every organization has some goals, strategic goals or strategic objectives. By coordinating, integrating with all organizational activities, it helps the organization to achieve the strategic objectives. So a relationship between different activities, different positions, different departments is possible. So HR builds such kind of relationship between the divisions, departments, functions, activities, and so on and so forth. The another role is a rapid deployment specialist, where HR creates fluid and adaptable structure and systems. So adaptable structure and systems are very much required. So any system or any structure should be flexible, should be adaptable to the changing circumstances. So HR function creates such kind of flexible structure and systems. A global knowledge-based economy mandates flexibility and culture that embraces change. So if an organization is working across the globe, that requires, and that kind of economy, global knowledge-based economy, mandates this adaptability or flexibility and culture that embraces change. Strategic human resource management, critical competencies. HR's success as true strategic business partner dependent on five specific competencies. One is strategic contribution, business knowledge, personal credibility, HR delivery, and HR technology. So HR strategic contribution is development of strategy, business knowledge, understanding nuts and bolts of organization, personal credibility, measurable value demonstrated in programs and policies. HR delivery, serving internal customers through effective and efficient programs. HR technology, using technology to improve organizations' management of people. Here one model is given, Lepak and Snell's employment model. You can see that uniqueness on y-axis and strategic value on x-axis, divided into four quarters. When you move right towards right, low and high. When you move upward, low and high. Now you see that quadrant 1, where both are high, uniqueness and strategic value both are high, you get that quadrant 1, knowledge-based employment, commitment-based HR configuration. Whereas strategic value is high and uniqueness is low, quadrant 2, job-based employment, this productivity-based HR configuration. More focus would be given on productivity. Where in the first quadrant, that is commitment-based HR configuration. Both are at higher levels, uniqueness and strategic value. Where in both are low, quadrant 3, contractual work arrangements, compliance-based HR configuration. So contractual work arrangements, in the sense here, more of offloading of the work takes place here. Offloading of the work in the sense outsourcing contractual work arrangements, just to comply with the requirements, compliance based HR configurations. Where uniqueness is high and strategic value is low, quadrant 4, this alliances, partnerships, so collaborative based HR configurations. So they collaborate with others and perform the jobs. So these are employment model. We have already seen that traditional HR and versus no, strategic HR in terms of focus, responsibility for HR role, initiatives, time horizon, and all. We don't need to repeat again traditional and strategic HR. So barriers to strategic human resources. So the barriers are short-term mentality, focus on current performance. That's one. Sir, we have organizations have both short-term as well as long-term. So if business environment is unstable, we go for short-term. And there is stability of environment, go for long-term. Short-term mentality, focus on current performance. So inability of HR to think strategically. That's another barrier to strategic human resources. And lack of appreciation for what HR can contribute. There are several contributions of human resources. So if you see that the contributions of human resources, the environmental uncertainties, this short-term mentality, and the long-term focus on current performance. See, HR managers rarely have the privilege of operating in a stable and predictable environment. The political, social, and economic changes affect all organizations. Personal planners deal with environmental uncertainties by carefully formulating recruitment, selection, and training and development policies and programs. So balancing mechanisms are built into the HRM program through succession planning, promotion channels, layoff, flexi time, job sharing, retirement, VRS, and so on and so forth. We have seen that the HR's inability to think strategically. This lack of appreciation for what HR can contribute, because this all depends upon the manpower. The success of any organization to a great extent depends upon HR, human resources. So the contributions of HR lack appreciations. People do not take very serious of the contributions from the human resources. And one should understand uh, the role of the importance of knowledge in the success of an organization. Here we have seen in the previous discussion what roles HR plays. They provide, they integrate, they consolidate everything in the organization. So all those lack of this appreciation. All those are the contributions made by HR, lack appreciation. And failure to understand line manager's role as an HR manager. So here, line managers, an HR manager plays both line as well as staff managers. But here, people won't understand the role of HR manager as a line managers. That's another barrier to strategic HR. Difficulty in quantifying many HR outcomes. So it is very difficult for quantifying the contributions made by HR, the efficiency shown by human resources. So that's why we have a separate issue of aspect of HR accounting. How to quantify human resources is a big issue. We cannot say the services provided by these employees is so much. We cannot turn it into a figure, mathematical figure. That's what is difficult in quantifying many HR outcomes. And perceptions of human assets as higher risk investments. In the sense that here, while considering investment consideration on HR, because they are not owned by the organization. So here, the promoters, the management, while considering an investment in human resources, they think that the human assets are high risk investments because they are not owned by the organization. Like any other physical asset, land, labor, capital, not labor, land, capital, this one, plant, machinery, all they are owned by the organization, but not the manpower. So that's why the perception of the management with regard to human assets is high risk investments and incentives for changes that might arise. So these are the incentives for any changes. These are the barriers to strategic human resource. Now the outcomes of strategic HR. What is the outcomes? What is the result of strategic HR? Increased performance, customer and employee satisfaction, enhanced shareholder value. Results through effective management of staffing, retention, and turnover through selection of employees that fit with both strategy and culture. So this is a cost-effective utilization of employees through investment in identified human capital with the potential for high retention. Integrated HR programs and policies that clearly follow from corporate strategy. So all activities are all programs and policies are integrated. So this HR programs and policies are integrated with that of other activities of the organization in the corporate strategy. The facilitation of change and adaptation through a flexible, more dynamic organization. And a tighter focus on customer needs, key and emerging markets, quality. So the outcomes of strategic human resources. A model of strategic HR management. So we have corporate strategy, business strategy. Right? We, after evaluating all internal and external environment, this we have seen, I think, already. And HR strategy. These are HR strategy with regard to HR planning, design of jobs and work systems, what workers do, what workers need, how jobs interface with others, yes. And laws regulating employment. Yes. HR information system. This is staffing, training, all these functions of HR. This is a model, a strategic HR model, management model. I think we have discussed in the previous classes this. And strategic HR as organizational learning. The stages of knowledge management, one is generating or capturing knowledge, structuring and providing value to gathered knowledge, transferring knowledge, establishing mechanisms for use and reuse of knowledge for individuals and groups. These are the stages of knowledge management. First, you need to generate or capture the knowledge. Then you should structure and provide value to this gathered knowledge. Then you need to transfer this knowledge to the work. You need to apply this knowledge in performing the job and establishing the mechanisms for use and reuse of this knowledge for individual and groups. This is strategic HR as organizational learning. The knowledge management cycle, that access to the sources, then you transfer, learn, generate, incorporate, integrate, say, represent or apply the learned knowledge and facilitate this exploit. Knowledge management cycle. So what is that knowledge management? You might have studied in other subject, talent management. The knowledge system, structure and process, people and motivation, market and strategy, strategic knowledge management, operational knowledge management. Strategic HR as an organizational learning, knowledge creation we have seen, single loop learning, double loop learning, comparing consequences of actions with the desired outcomes and modifying the behavior. The double loop learning goes beyond detection and correction of errors, which entails examining actions and outcomes as well as underlying assumptions. Without the purposeful analysis of underlying assumptions and systems, organizations may become victims of competency traps. Organizational learning, inherently rare, immutable, immobile. All these are not performance linkages. How HR management system can contribute to development of organizational knowledge. So labor markets can be exploited in order to attract and select individuals with high cognitive abilities. And internal labor markets can contribute to development of firm-specific assets. Cross-functional and inter-organizational teams can be built. See, this is all knowledge creation, multiple ways, where getting that knowledge from outside, internally developing, and cross-functional or inter-organic teams can be utilized. How HR systems can support and enhance knowledge transfer, apprenticeship and mentoring, cross-functional teams, stimulate and reward information sharing, provide free access to information, and job rotations. So these are the all HR systems through which knowledge can be transferred. See here, apprenticeship and mentoring. When an employee works under somebody's direction, that superior's knowledge will transfer to the subordinates. They'll be guiding, these people will be doing. And somebody mentors you, you get the knowledge. So cross-functional teams, when teams from different functions work together, knowledge transfers. Stimulates reward information sharing. Here where the sharing, caring, cooperating with each other, that also leads to knowledge transfer. Provide free access to information. Job rotation. When an employee is put on different jobs on term basis, he learn many things. All these are the HR systems. All these support and enhance this knowledge transfer. So institutionalization of knowledge. Here, the walls and Anson's 5 storage bins in which organizational memory can reside. One is individuals, culture, transformations, structure, ecology. Individuals means in the form of assumptions, beliefs, and cause maps. Culture, stories, myths, and symbols. Transform, trans, Transformations, work design, process, and routines. Structure, organizational design. How the top to bottom, the information flows, the knowledge flows from one place to one position to another position. Ecology, physical structure, and information systems. So institutionalized knowledge tends to be firm specific, socially complex, and causally ambiguous.